Sterling Holmes with Fansided, and as they say, you can't have football without wings, and you can't have wings without bounty. And we have a couple guys here who want to tell you all about why bounty is the ultimate wingman ahead of the Super Bowl. Bills defensive backs Damar Hamlin and Dane Jackson. Fellas, how's it going?
Good. What's up,
Amazing.
Sterling? How you doing?
I'm
Long time.
good. I'm good, man. But I want to start before we start talking all about football and just everything in general. I want to give a big shout out to Bounty for setting this up. Can you talk about the partnership you have with him?
Yeah, so just to be able to collaborate with Bounty in this Wingman series, it's a dream come true, especially for me and Dan. Coming from a small city, the same side of town of Pittsburgh, and to be able to overcome all the adversity that we had to overcome to make it to college and play on the same level in college, and then play on the same team in the NFL. Him being drafted 1 year ahead of me. It's just a super blessing. And to be able to be here and to be able to do these unique and creative things like this with Bounty, alongside a brother of mine that has been a part of my life for a very long time. It's a super blessing. So we're blessed to be here, and we're super excited to be talking to you.
When it was all said and done, the Bills were basically playing a playoff style of game for 7 straight weeks. How hard was that for you guys mentally and physically, knowing the stakes were that high, basically win or go home, starting midway through the regular season?
I mean, I feel like every game in the league is hard. You know what I mean? We take it week by week. Every game is treated like the next game. We gotta. I mean, every pretty much we had a tough opponents all year long. So just taking it week by week and relying on each other, depending on each other, coming together in that last stretch. We really did that as a team. So I feel like that helped us out a lot, and we were able to make a good stretch, good run in the end.
What I'll add to that, man, is since we're here on behalf talking about Bounty, we were each other's wingman all year. We were the wing. We were Everyone on the team had to be each other's wingman all year. To keep our hopes alive of reaching our goals. So that's pretty much a way to describe it all to you in short form.
I know the weather was not ideal up there in Buffalo, especially as it got into the playoffs. The fans from shoveling the snow on the field to having to shovel their way to their seats to watch the game. And then you saw the excitement of the snowballs at time after every single touchdown scored by the Bills. How much respect do you have for Bills Mafia and just their enthusiasm, no matter the weather, going out there and showing out?
Major love, major respect for the Mafia. You know what I mean? They've been supporting us every step of the way. They've been a part of us. They do extremely well job for us. They show up every time we need them. Sort of like, you know what I mean, this series right here, like I said, like Damar said, we on behalf of representing Bounty. Bill Mafia is like showing up for us, as I'm like showing up for D Ham, you know what I mean? That's my wingman, that's my dog. So I mean, we side
No
by
question.
side.
Hey, no question.
You know.
I know this might be a little bit of a sore subject, but it's okay because Hardman fumbled on the next drive, right? But I want to know some of the inside of that fake punt against the Chiefs and how it gets decided in that moment.
It gets decided by a coach making a decision. Just like every other play on the field. There's a coach calling the call, and there's players that are executing the call. It's
Yeah.
just a simple play one and the last play of the game. It's nothing creative or distinct behind it. It's just a coach making a call and players running, trying to execute it. So
Yeah. As far as the Bills and the Chiefs, they have this rivalry, obviously different divisions here, but same conference. You guys meet the Chiefs all the time. What are your thoughts on playing Kansas City and as well as just going up against Patrick Mahomes?
just great. But I mean, I have so much respect for them. It's nothing else to do but respect them. They're kind of like they're the hunted of the league. They're the chase. He's kind of like taking on a Jordan role in a way. So but it's nothing but respect. And I kind of built a personal relationship with him off the field a little bit during the off season. So I really like him as a guy, and I like him as a player as well. So I look forward to being able to compete against them, as many years as, I can.
Same here with me, man. It's nothing but love and respect. You know what I mean? Like D Ham said, they've been 100 for the past 4 years since I've been in the league. You know what I mean? They've been pretty much the team that's knocked us out. So there's nothing but respect. But it's back to the drawing board, and like you said, I'm looking forward to the competition for years ahead.
Yeah. Josh Allen, obviously one of the most electric football players. Just so fun to watch. And quite frankly, if he's not in everyone's top three, I think fans don't know ball. What is he like as a teammate, as a leader, rallying behind him game in and game out, knowing that you have a chance to win every time he takes the field?
Like
I
you
mean,
said, man, every time we take the field with Josh, he's a big character guy. He's a big personality. He's the leader of our team, man. He's another one of our wingmans. But I must say we are here to talk on behalf of Bounty, and I love all my teammates, but I definitely want to be able to highlight my wingman right here and this teammate that I have sitting on this call with me because there's a lot to unpack. You know what I mean? It's a lot of things that are not talked about, and we have very impactful and like impactful stories that we could share. And like we're on behalf of Bounty, so that's something I want
Yeah,
to talk about.
I would love to hear more
a lot
about
of
that.
messy stories, a lot of messy stories, my man. That's why we got Bounty here to collab with us, so we'll be able to clean it up.
Well, can you clean up some of these stories? Just playing together back there in the secondary. Obviously, Dane, you were thrust into a lot of different style of roles this season, right? You filled in, especially coming in and out with injury, but you were always there. You were a big part of that. Can you talk more about just getting the opportunity this season? And obviously, PFF, this was your highest. I don't know what your thoughts are on PFF, but your highest coverage grade in 4 years, man. It looked like you really came into your own self this season.
Yeah, man. Just trying to stay ready. You know what I mean? Stay ready for the opportunity. You never know when it's going to present itself. It wasn't always the easiest, but I always had my wingman man right there next to me, picking me up. You know what I mean? His time wasn't on the field sometimes where I had to do the same for him. So we always had each other picking each other up. And when the times got hard, I always relied on him. To be there for me. In times to pick me up and get me going back on the field. So just staying ready, and then when the times got rough, relying on my wingman to pick me up.
What are some things just in general behind the scenes that the majority of the national public might not understand, right? We see everyone on Sundays and we see that, but as far as behind the scenes, what do you guys do to try and build that rapport? How do you guys try and keep that mindset?
Just staying true to who we are and what got us here. That's the biggest thing, man. You got to know yourself in the league to be able to keep your confidence in what got you here and how you do things, and you have to adapt to whatever environment that you're in. But staying true to who you are keeps that edge of who you are as a player. And we held each other accountable in that aspect, just making sure we stay true to who we are, not letting each other flow too far off the track, no matter of our situation. You know what I mean? You cannot be in the ideal situation, and it can mess with your mindset 1,001 times. And just to be able to have each other there, to keep ourselves accountable to who we are and what got us here it made all of the biggest difference throughout a very unique season.
I want to give a huge shout out to, again, Bills defensive backs, Damar Hamlin and Dane Jackson. Thank you again to Bounty, the ultimate wingman. Fellas, really appreciate the time.
Sir,
Thank you, bro.
appreciate you for having me.